Let's talk political tactics, okay? Because it would seem to me that hiyo imechanganya Jubilee kabisa. The government is completely unable, to craft and fully implement political tactics that will help them, and instead they continue to shoot themselves in the foot, politically speaking, that is, right? The Jubilee government is behaving like the husband who has been reported to the elders by his wife, that is not behaving like a husband, is mistreating her, he has a reign of terror in the house, he's just making life impossible for the family, So when this man is hauled before the elders, he speaks very nicely. He says how he's committed to the marriage, how he loves his wife very much even after all these years of marriage, how he wants the whole thing to work out, how he's a very respectable man in society and he cannot behave in the ways of which he's being accused of behaving, etc., etc. And he even promises to rededicate himself to the family and the marriage. And it is all smiles as he waves to the elders, He gets into his car, with his wife, of course, and family. And the elders are all smiles. They're saying, hey, hii case tumesolve vizuri sana, And they wave, and the guy drives off and waves. And then immediately the car goes around the corner, out of the visibility of the elders. His true colors come out. What were you thinking, take me to the elders? He's telling his wife, ngoja tufike nyumbani, utaniona. Wait until we get home, you will see. You will see terror. That is precisely how the Jubilee government is behaving. Let me give you one example. Okay, the president has repeated very often in recent times that top of his list of priorities is to foster unity, to bring about unity in the country called Kenya. But so far, we have not seen anything practical. It's just talk, empty talk. Indeed, if truth is to be told, what we have seen is the exact opposite. The president recently made a statement. The long and short of it was to tell Kenyans, stop this talk about secession. We should not talk about secession. Those who are talking about secession have crossed the line. And they should expect to be dealt with very harshly, according to the law. Now, given the circumstances, in my view, this is a very unfortunate statement for any politician to make. Very unfortunate. And I don't know what kind of response or result was being expected from such a statement, but I can tell you categorically that it will have exactly the opposite effect. It will in fact speed up calls for secession. Now let us put aside our emotions for a minute and analyze the politics, the political schemes, the political strategies, tactics being carried out in the background. Now it is very clear that the Jubilee government has decided to counter NASA and their calls for secession and their massive support. It has decided to counter this using a very clever strategy. And that is to gather all the governors in their corner. And this is very easy for the government to do. The truth is, it is very difficult for any county government to operate effectively without once in a while asking for help from the national government. And the governors have been through a very bruising campaign. They have won. But clearly during the campaign period, something came out very clearly, that the electorate are impatient, in every county, and that they want to see development in their county as soon as possible. And you will do a lot of things in a county, but still the people in the county can tell you, no, that is not enough, we need more. A case in point, of course, is Machakos. One would have expected after the achievements of Governor Mutua, there would have really been no campaign in Machakos for governor, that the guy would have been re-elected easily. But that didn't happen. We still have a vast number of people within the county saying, no, it's not enough. In fact, you messed up here, you messed up there. Now, in this kind of environment, you can be sure that every governor is hitting the ground running. They're very eager to get things moving very quickly. And of course, that cannot happen without help from the central government. And that is what the Jubilee government is cashing in on. And that is one of the reasons why you saw President Uhuru Kenyatta at the recent governor's induction in Kwale. And that is why you see Governor Nanok of Turkana, the man who the president exchanged bitter words with recently, yeah, the man who the president called Shetani not too long ago. The two are causing up. Nanok is of course Nasa Damu, supposedly, yeah, but is also a realist. Yes, he needs to deliver to his people. Okay, excellent strategy, Jubilee government. Excellent, yeah. In fact, I can even call it ingenious. And then you go and make a statement like, stop this talk on secession. Anybody who crosses the line, start issuing threats to the people. And then you start cancelling your gains. Because what this does, it foments animosity towards the government. It just provokes the people. Yeah, it just rubs salt on wounds that are yet to heal. And that's why I said that was a very unfortunate statement for the president to make. Okay, really, there's some, there's some things you just don't say. Yeah, even if you believe they're true, as a politician, you avoid speaking them. Now, as the president was making this threat statement, yeah, his home county of Kiambu, yeah, maybe most of you don't know, but Gatundu is within Kiambu County. Okay, his home county of Kiambu passed a very interesting new law. This new law compels all public, private, indeed all businesses also to employ at least 70% of their workforce from the local dominant community. What? Now, I've lived in various parts of Kiambu County, and I can tell you something that I noted. Yeah, I lived there for a few years, so I can tell you something that I already noted. Despite the fact that Kiambu County is very close to Nairobi, right next to Nairobi, yeah, within minutes, pop, you're in Nairobi, within minutes, pop, you're in Kiambu County. Yeah, it's very close to Nairobi. Despite that fact, yeah, Kiambu County is not really cosmopolitan. Yeah, it has, there are very few outsiders within Kiambu County already. It is not like it has been invaded by outsiders. It's not like it has been invaded by people who, as the law so neatly puts it, who are local dominant community, yeah, from the local dominant community, yeah. It has not been invaded by people who are not from the local dominant community. They don't have that problem. So why pass such a law? What would be the whole motive behind passing such a law? Well, it can only be to provoke. Yeah, because they don't have that problem. Why emphasize it? Indeed, already, yeah, over 70%, if you look at public, private, even businesses, already over 70% of the workforce is the locals. Yeah, so why pass such a law? If not to provoke, okay? Now, when you have the president's statement, because you see the public are taking in this as the same thing. Yeah, taking this as statements which have come out at the same time. The public will assume that these statements have been coordinated. In other words, what is being said, no secession, but tutakaa hivyo hivyo. The way we are right now is the way we will remain. Okay? Oh boy, that is not smart politics. Okay? That is not fostering unity in the country. Yeah? The right play here for the Jubilee government would have been to continue with their work with the governors, yes, and then quietly, yeah, in the background, yes, away from the press, away from everything, talk to the governors and ask them, "Iki secession, how can we slow it down? How can we get rid of this secession thing? Yeah, because we are ready to do this favor for you. In return, we want you to do us that favor of making sure this secession thing goes nowhere." You talk these things in the background. But when you come out in public and make a public statement threatening the public, what will happen is that the whole thing will backfire. Because those same governors you want on your corner are going to start being under pressure from the electorate. The electorate will tell them, yeah, that development we don't want. Yeah, we don't want you to operate with those Jubilee guys. Okay? We don't want you to close to the government. Yeah? And then of course the governor will respond, you people you want development, you people you want this and that, So we have to cooperate with the government. And believe it or not, yeah, because I know human nature, the people will tell them, let that development stay. We don't want that development. We just don't want you to operate with the Jubilee government. That's what's going to happen. Because you're dealing with humans. You're dealing with human emotion. You can't remove statements. You can't utter out statements ignoring the human element. You can't. Whatever you want to achieve, that is not smart politics. And don't forget, these MCAs are not in those meetings between the governor and his deputy and the Jubilee government high command. Those MCAs are not in those meetings. And the MCAs are on the ground. And the MCAs collectively can paralyze a governor very easily. In other words, despite some very clever moves by the Jubilee government, they'll go absolutely nowhere because the devil is in the details. It just takes a small mistake, a small misstep, yeah, a statement which is completely unnecessary, and you spoil all the good hard work you've done. This is an attitude from the old Moi dictatorial days, yeah, where Moi used to make deals with kingpins in various communities, used to make deals with leaders in various communities, and it would work. Because when those leaders go to the people and tell them, Serikali imesema, yeah, the people are already scared of the government. So whatever their personal opinion is, they fall into line quickly. Those days are over. Those days are long gone. Folks, Jubilee, wake up. This is 2017, not 1987. Until next time, this is Kshs Kumekucha.